Chocolate chiffon cake. Ingredients for the cake: 8 egg yolks, 130 grams of caster sugar, 50 grams of oil, 100 grams of water, 70 grams of cake flour, 50 grams of cocoa powder, 8 egg whites. Okay, so let's begin. Step 1. Using a whisk, mix a quarter of the sugar with the egg yolks. Now step 2. Add the oil and combine well. Step 3. Now let's add the water into it. Step 4. Sift in the cocoa powder and flour, mix until smooth and then set aside. For me, I like to mix the flour together with the cocoa powder before I sift it in. Okay, step 5. Let's move on to the egg whites. With the remaining sugar that you have, divide it into 3 portions. Beat the egg whites with the sugar until it reaches stiff peaks. Now let's beat the egg whites on high speed. Then beat the egg whites until it is foamy and frothy. So when it is frothy, then you can start to add the sugar into the egg whites. So here I am adding more sugar into it. And some more sugar. The egg whites are thick, firm and glossy now. So now let's beat the egg whites on low speed to stabilize the egg whites. Let's move on. Step 6. Fold a third of the egg whites into the chocolate mixture. This will lighten up the chocolate mixture. Okay, step 7. Now add the chocolate mixture back into the egg whites, then fold until the two mixtures are well blended. Now it's time to bake the cake. Step 8. Bake in a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius for 40 to 45 minutes. To wipe the messy parts. Then drop the pan a few times to release the trapped air bubbles. Then use the chopsticks to pop the air bubbles. Now it's ready to go into the oven. To let it cool completely. The cake has cooled down, so now we can take out the cake. Let's move on. Ingredients for the icing: 80 grams of butter, 60 grams of chocolate, 220 grams of icing sugar, 3 tablespoons of water, and some chopped walnuts. Step 1. Now melt the butter and chocolate together by placing it on top of some hot water. Add the icing sugar, add the water slowly into the icing, and mix everything together until it is well blended. You may need more or less water to have the right texture for the icing. Okay, the last step. Step 3. Drizzle the icing on top of the cake, then sprinkle the chopped walnuts on top. Hope you will enjoy the cake as much as I do. Until then, see you next time!